In this video, we're going to look at how we can use the cruise and tour search to create new embeddable links of different searches to use on your website as standalone pages. These new pages can be copied and sent in newsletters or posted on social media pages, or even to highlight specific offers and promos that you might have at the time. We can use these new embeddable codes to highlight an operator or a ship, to share last-minute cruise offers, or to show all cruises to a specific destination. This is all done via your cruise and tour search embed code, meaning you do not need to contact us at Widgety to create new codes or links or anything like that. So to get started, you're just going to log in, and like that, you're going to end up on your operator page. From here, I'm going to click products and just find my cruise and tour search. Okay, so once that's loaded, I'm just going to come over here onto embed, and I'm going to be working with our embed code. So all you're going to do is just copy the whole code here, and just to make it simple and just so that you can see exactly what I'm doing, I'm just going to share that onto my notes tabs, and this way I can just separate it out a little bit. So there's obviously a lot going on here, and like that, depending how familiar you are with coding, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but essentially there's only one part that we really need to look at to create new codes, and or one part that we're sort of changing to create these codes and that we need to swap in and out, and that is this section right here. So from the www dot as far as the quotation mark, so yeah, you can see that section there. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to share my cruise and tour search onto a new window, and then it loads it up from here. So like I said, there's loads of different things that we can do with this cruise and tour search. So whether you want to have a page that's dedicated to all cruises going to the Mediterranean, you might want to highlight all of a specific operator, or you might even want to have separate and individual ship pages for whatever reason, but you can do all of that through this cruise and tour search working with your embed codes. So I'm going to start. I'm going to click that I want to do cruise. I'm then going to select that I want cruises from Miami, and I want to see any last minute ones, so I'm going to go for November. So just select apply. So that's my search, cruises leaving Miami in November 2025. And then this is what the search brings up. So like that, obviously everything that I've just said I'm looking for. Obviously with it being last minute, some might be fully booked, but you can also see obviously that there is some that have availability. And if you had an offer, or if you wanted to maybe get a bit of traction for these last minute ones, you could obviously share individual ones or this whole page. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to imagine that I want to post in a newsletter, or like I say, as a standalone page on my website, all about cruises starting in Miami this month. So up the top here, you can see the URL. So every time I click on, if I was to click on this tab, or even prior to that when I clicked on the search to bring this up, this URL code is changing. So it's obviously unique to each page it loads onto. I'm just going to copy all of that code, and I'm just going to come back to where I have my embed code. So this is our original cruise and tour search. I'm just going to paste that, and then I just need to do slight bits of editing. So I'm just going to remove the HTTPS, just bring it back to that, and then all of the rest of it is fine as it is. So I'm not touching anything else. I'm just swapping out that original URL, which was brought us to our cruise and tour search, with this new URL, which is showing what we've searched for, which is the Miami cruises. So just to show you what that's going to look like, I'm just going to copy and paste, and I'm just going to put it onto a HTML preview website. But this is what it would look like when you embed that onto your website. So I'll just show you that now. So I just paste that here, and that is exactly how it's going to load. So like that, it looks just like it was on the cruise and tour search, but this is its own separate code. You can also change it slightly, so you might not want to have these tabs at the top. You might want to have this just as its own page, where if customers are on your website and they're scrolling, they obviously don't see any of these search tabs. All I'm going to do really simply is come up the top here, and I'm just going to change some of these tabs. So preview nav, change it from true to false. Results nav, same again, change it to false. And the final one is tabs here, true, just change that to false. And you can see there, that is how this page would load on your website. And that if you embedded that onto your website, from there you could copy that URL and put it into a newsletter or share it on a Facebook group. So anywhere that you can share a URL, this is what you can use this for. You could also still use this for a newsletter if you didn't want to have it on your website at all. You might want to just send out a mailer just to any clients that, you know, would have interest in it, or all of your clients. You just use this code up here. So I'm just going to go back and just do another search just to show you sort of, it's the same process, but just to show you the different ways that we can use it. So I'm just going to start it again. So just going back to the beginning, copy your embed code, paste it, and then find your cruise and tour search URL. Paste it onto a new window. Okay, so now I'm going to look at it as if I wanted to highlight a specific operator. Just for this example, I'm just going to select MSC and then hit show results. So this brings up all of this MSC cruises. So from today, the 4th of November, all the way up to as far as we have available. So that's just going to keep loading down the bottom there. So you might want to share all of them. So we'll do the same thing up here. It's going to be a new unique URL. We copy it, paste it here in place of your original cruise and tour search URL. We do slight editing, and then just to preview what that's going to look like, and it brings it back up. So same again up the top, if you just want to change your tabs, just to remove the search tabs. So like say it's preview nav, results nav, and then the tabs one. If you change them 3 to false, it removes that heading, and then it just loads it as a specific search, just one page of all MSC cruises. And then just finally, I'm just going to do it where we can highlight a ship. So you don't need to do the cruises specifically. You can just show a ship page, like a ship iframe. So same again, paste it, find your cruise and tour search URL. So we're just going to select the ship that we want to highlight. So I'm just going to do Celebrity Millennium. So obviously this search is going to bring up all of the cruises for that ship. I'm just going to click learn more, and as you can see, it's changed that URL again from our initial search one. This brings up this cruise, but if you keep an eye on the URL, I'm going to click view ship. It's now changed it again. So that means that with this link, it's just going to highlight the ship page. So I'm going to copy that URL, swap it out with this URL, copy and paste, and just to show you what it looks like as an example, this is what the page will load as. So same again, just remove the tabs. So you might want to have a page, or like say send out a newsletter just highlighting a specific ship. So this is exactly how that will look. So with your URL, you've got the intro, you've got all your headings along the top, just showing the different amenities and facilities that this ship has. So you could send that out to a customer that you know is interested in that ship, or a ship that might be coming up that has some offers. You can do that, like say for each ship. So you might know that an operator is going to have sales on with a certain location. You could do that with 3 or 4 different ships that you know go to that destination. That just gives your customers all the information that they need all on your website. So like say individual ships, for you could have Celebrity Millennium and another one and another one. So I hope that makes sense. I appreciate it was quite repetitive, but it is just to show you the different ways that you can use the cruise and tour search. From the back of it, you could obviously set up 20, 30 different pages, highlighting different itineraries or different destinations, maybe highlighting the main operators that you like to work with, and like that. From there, you could highlight some of their best ships, or or ships that you want to recommend. But that is all off the back of the cruise and tour search, and just constantly using the embed code and swapping the URL in and out for smart linking. So I hope that makes sense. As always, if you have any questions, please do let us know. But yeah, I hope you find that useful and it is something that you're able to use moving forward with your cruise and tour search.